Max, good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Hello. I've kind of
It is the 26th of April, 2026. It's 7:30, and we're experimenting tonight. So we are actually streaming on Max's YouTube channel as well, which is, I should have got this prepared, but we didn't. That's really bad of me. Where is it? It is Sparrowhawk Bushcraft is the YouTube channel. I'm just trying to find it now so we can share it with you guys. So if you're more than welcome to stay on my YouTube channel. You can stay on Facebook, or if you would like to be nice, you can go and support Max over on his YouTube channel. If you just search for Sparrowhawk Bushcraft, that's where we are streaming. So we're streaming on 3 different platforms tonight, which is really, really cool. And we'll talk about Max's YouTube channel in just a few moments. But that's where you can find us today. Max, who do we have in the house tonight? We have,
yes, some of our usual friends. James is here.
We have Z and G.
Yep.
I'm presuming it's Z and G.
Yes.
Nick's tuning in from Yorkshire. Hello. And David, thank you very much for joining us so far. We are working tonight, Max. We've got it.
We're working. Brilliant.
It's on your YouTube channel. This is brilliant. It's on my YouTube channel and on my Facebook. So cross fingers. It's all going well.
Excellent.
What I want to do, I just want to try one cheesy thing. This might not work at all, but let's have a go on this.
Got some lift music.
It's bad. It's so bad. Max, tell us what you've been up to this week.
Yeah. Well, got the camera. Yeah, this week at Scouts, we did actually, like we said last time, we did get some paper airplanes, launch some paper airplanes across the Scout hut in a kind of scrappy challenge kind of manner. So gave them some stuff, and as usual, the Scouts went and built their contraptions using everything that we gave them, rather than just sort of thinking, let's just use 1 or 2 pieces. So we built one afterwards with 2 sticks, 2 elastic bands, and showed them what they could have done. But they used a chair,
everything.
You find some odd things in stores to give them, and they try and incorporate those as well. So,
that's Scouts for you, isn't it? Beautiful.
It's good fun.
Excellent. Richard, happy St. George's Day to you all. Thank you very much. We'll get back onto that in just a few moments. Ian tuning in. He's just got in from Scout Camp. Nice. In Hamilton, in Canada. Nice.
Fantastic.
Max, this is really bad because our bird boxes, we're like week 5 of doing bird boxes.
Okay.
It's not going to plan. But you know, when you've got to, it's about delegation, isn't it? You've got to hand over to another scout leader, yeah? And they might not do it the way that you do it. They do it in a different way. And you're trying not to kind of jump in and say, that kind of thing. And that's what we're doing. We're still at week 5, and we've only built 1 birdhouse. And relax. But we'll get there. We will get there. So I thought last week we would all be done and dusted, but we're still building bird boxes. But it's cool. It's all fine. We found out who Z and G is. It's Graham.
Hi, Graham. Brilliant. So are you building them? What kind of bird are you building your birdhouses for? Are you doing a fall-in, or are you building like the robin nest with just like the big hole and a little bar at the bottom?
So some are with a hole, and the actual scout leader is a big outdoorsy. He's the guy that's connected us with the community allotments and stuff. So he's working out the diameter depending on what bird we want to get into the bird's nest. So there's some of the bird's nests for that, and some of the others are kind of just the open bird's nesty thing, whatever. I don't know. But it's cool, the scouts are using, they've made the templates, they're using saws, they're using power drills, and screwdrivers and that kind of thing. They're learning. It's brilliant. There's no fault in it. It's just not the pace that I thought it would be, but it is what it is,
Well, this is the thing. It's skills and experience. Yeah, they're learning from it. So have you got that picture that I took earlier and something coming out of a bird hole?
You would like to talk about when I find it. Here we are.
Woods just in front of near to where I live. So yeah, it's important you keep your birdhouses up high and nice and clean.
Yep. And also feeders as well, isn't it? You got to keep the feeders clean as well, not just keep putting in the bird seed, making sure that that's all clean with hot soapy water and stuff.
Yeah, but there's a whole thing about not feeding birds at this time of year because they feed off the insects and you're just kind of making them a little bit lazy. Making it easy for them. So,
a bit like Deliveroo.
It's about the balance. Yes, the Deliveroo in the garden.
24/7 food available.
Which garden are we eating at tonight?
We'll go to Mark's because he has the worms as well. Unlike next door, they just give out sunflower seeds. We'll go to Mark's today. Yeah. Right, Max. Question of the week. I put it on earlier on Facebook, and it is... Oh, have we got a comment? Oh, Anthony, tuning in. Anthony. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, and Dan is sneaking in.
That's it.
And don't forget,
John as well. John's there as well.
Trotter is here as well. Good evening, John. Right, Max. This was the question of the week, and it kind of went bigger than what I was expecting. It was a little short. I recorded last week at the Scout Hall, and I didn't think it would get this much traction, to be honest with you. And we were investing a cub that's moved up to Scouts. And it's a previous question I've been asked many times before, and I've never kind of answered it on a video. And that is, if you've got a young person who's moving up, okay, not a brand new one coming into the section, it's got to be moving up. So it wouldn't work for squirrels, yeah. So it's like a squirrel moving to beavers, beavers moving to cubs, cubs moving to scouts, scouts moving to explorers. The question I asked was, do you give fresh badges to that person being invested, or do you ask them to take them off their shirt? Maybe give them a fresh necker and a woggle. And the comments were amazing. I thought I'd just get one or two comments, but the comments were... I'll get your point of view first, Max, and then I'll kind of tell you the majority, what people were saying. But when you get a cub coming up to your scout troop, Max, because you're the scout leader, fresh or recycled?
So it depends. It depends if the badges are looking tatty. It depends if they've been stuck on with some form of super glue onto the uniform or been sewn on. We like to recycle where we can.
Yep.
We've just changed our district badge actually because we're in two districts that are merged together. And our district is now so big we actually didn't have a St. George's Day parade because there isn't a location big enough to put everybody.
Oh wow! Okay.
Which is a different challenge. So we sort of give fresh where needed to, but we give a new necker because our neckers are embroidered at the back with the Wolf Troop logo and signature on it. And I sit and make I've got one here, paracord woggles. So each Scout gets a paracord woggle made by me, and if they lose it, they have to make their own or buy a new one. Yeah, that's a great, interesting evening, getting Scouts to make paracord woggles, because some of them get it, some of them don't, and it's an interesting challenge for them to try. But that's definitely one that's worth doing. Yeah, I really seem to be disappearing. I think it's the green I'm wearing against.
You're like floating. You got half a no shoulders.
It's like I come from Red Ghost. That's an old program in case anybody doesn't kind of.
Right, let's jump into the comments and see what people are saying. Robin, most groups I've been to recycled. But they charge a joining going up fee for each. They charge a going up fee. Okay, I guess that's to cover the cost of the badges.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, that there is an increase in the badges.
Yeah,
that's, to John's point, it depends on the where you get your badges from, because some of them don't last at all. Some of them are okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a difficult one, Max, isn't it? Because I'm a bit. It's not 100%, is it? I know. All in the past, I've always given fresh badges just because they look, like you say, a bit tatty and stuff. And you also find that a beaver, not really cubs, but the beaver's always gnawing away at their necker, and then by the time they get up, it just looks a mess. So neckers I always give. The thing that we do have to give in my scout troop is a bit like what you just touched on now. With the cubs, they have the plastic woggle. So when they come up to Scouts, I give them the official leather woggle with the Scouts on it. So that's what I do. But badge-wise, well, it will be different, because last week we have just changed from, we used to have a single county and a single district badge. And then last week they finally got, after 15 years of me asking, they've made it into a joint double badge. So we'll be over the time passing them on to the young people, but we're not giving them to them now to replace them all. Or should I? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
it's a cost. It's a cost, isn't it? That's the
cost.
It's another cost.
It's a cost, but it's like when we gave out all the Scouts the new district badge and said, here's the new district badge. And they just, some of them sewed it on, and some of them still yet to sew it on. So it is that kind of,
yeah.
So you have to hold one of those sewing evenings.
Yeah, John saying especially name tapes. Yeah,
yeah, they can get a bit tatty when you start taking them off. Depends how they've been sewn on as well.
Yeah, that's true. We have got All About Scouts tuning in from America. Hello, it is the evening. It is currently 7:45 in the evening. So hello, All About Scouts. Thank you very much for joining us. Robin, that should have said one group gave new. Oh, okay. Cool. No worries. Richard saying some people swear by badge glue. I swear at I was about to say, I would swear at badge glue. It's not good. And also, I will put my hands up. I'm going to confess, I have used badge glue on my blanket badges. And what I have found, it just melts away. So when I've got my blanket down from the loft, you shake it out a little bit or refold it or whatever, and then you've got a few of those glued on badges that have just fallen off. So yes, it's not good. No. Graham is saying we have leaders who control all the badges, and she will ask for the old uniform and the uniform and move one to another or replace it if needed. Okay. John, also sewing on badges seems difficult these days. Yeah, absolutely. And it's true, John, because it's a dying skill. We don't sew anymore. We don't knit anymore. When I was growing up, Max, I don't know what it was like in your house, but my mom was always knitting stuff. She was always knitting jumpers or gloves and stuff like that. So that was her generation. And people, I don't know, people would rather pay someone to do it. I don't know.
It's you're right. It is a very challenging activity for some people
Yep.
today, because it's a skill that's not really been passed on.
Exactly.
Because there's not the need. We are turning into very much a throwaway society.
Oh, don't get me started on that, Max.
So when it comes to badges, it's very, it's new because we're asking people to sew and they've not had the need to sew.
Yep. Sarah's saying she gives new badges if requested by the parents. They keep the scarf. A comment I had during the week was about the necker, is that they don't like to give fresh neckers because that necker has got memories to it.
Yes.
So if you're changing your necker every 3-4 years, if you're moving up the thing, you're losing that kind of history in the necker. Good point.
Yeah, you can sew them onto your blanket. I'm not sure about other people with the same thing, but when you have stubble and you just put your necker on, your top of your shirt and your necker just gets absolutely shredded.
I will be very worried if a beaver or cub has stubble.
No, I'm talking about adults and such like. Because occasionally you have to go, this is too shredded, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks smart. So I've one that's the smart uniform for parade and one that's just the regular.
Yeah, no. And it's the same for shirts. I have a smart shirt that I wore today for St. George's Day Parade and Members Parade and maybe a few ceremonies, but my weekly one just says box. I use it in and out. I mean, it's a bit tatty, but I'm not bothered if it gets a bit muddy or dirty or whatever. Dan, ours get new core badges, but any stage badges they move up from cub uniform, they keep the scarf and have to learn to tie the friendship knot as we don't wear woggles. Okay. Woggles and friendship knot, we'll get to that because that's controversial apparently. Harold tuning in from Canada. Hi and greetings to your guest Max. Max is not really a guest. He's just the Max has been co-hosting all my live streams for the past 6-7 years, whatever it's been. It's just that we're trying to try a different technique and use Max's YouTube channel as well. Robin, our Beaver leader does it. Oh man, that would be beautiful. A sewing on service for colony funds. Oh, that is. Robin, I need to know where it is. All about scouts having a sewing meeting to put on badges and patches. It's a good way to teach that skill. Absolutely, I agree. You do need to do that. But don't tell the scouts you're having a sewing night. Call it something else, because if they find out that you're sewing, they're not going to arrive, are they? Nick, when I was a scout, I had to saw badges. Hopefully that's sew badges. Yeah, absolutely. I think a sewing night is a good one. Izzy,
it is part of one of the challenge badges. It's the skills challenge badge.
Skills challenge, yeah. Izzy, we give nothing new unless that they're a scout explorer, new necker and badge, and Cub Scouts new necker if it doesn't fit. Why? I didn't know there was a different in youth necker sizes. I just thought there was a youth size and an adult size.
You can get youth neckers so that they're smaller.
No, I thought there was a youth and an adult size. I thought that was just the two sizes. Yeah, that's fine. And then they do get a new woggle for each section. That section has different. Yeah, absolutely. Beavers, Cub Scouts, they all do differently. Still 18 years behind on my Harold. I think that's all of us. All of us, if we're going to admit it, that we've still got stashes of camp blankets ready to be sewn on. Yeah, I don't think anyone. I think the only person who's up to date on a camp blanket is someone who's just bought it with no blanket, no badges. So they've got nothing to sew on. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Ian, show off the badges and the badge blankets to get caught up. And we've stopped giving camp blanket badges now. Can't see it, Max. Oh, you got a random bag.
It's floating in and out there, but that's my pile of shame. My badges I need to sew up.
Oh, in Canada, they have small, medium, large, and extra large neckers. Wow.
Okay.
In England, we just have the one youth size and then an adult size. That's it. Well, who knew that this would take in the 15 minutes diving into do we give new badges or recycle badges, and it pretty is. The comments I got, Max, were more 75 recycle, if I'm being honest with you. And I think the comments of fresh ones, if they're looking tatty, that was the kind of major answer. Nick, I have a box full of badges. Oh, I think that we're all the same. We are all the same. John, my wife refuses point blank to say. Yeah. It was confession time today, John and Max. It was about 10 minutes before I went on parade, and I remembered I haven't sewn on my new double badge, so I had to beg my wife 10 minutes before parade, can she sew this on? Apparently I owe a lot of points.
So it sounds like you need to learn a skill.
Oh, Max. Just got up some of my scout jackets. You see, I've completely blanked your comment, Max. Oh, how does a scout jacket? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I have seen quite a few of Harold's photos, so they are pretty cool. Max, a question I get asked, and an email I get asked all the time, is about scout badges. All right, scout badges, scout games.
Scout games, yes.
And I have done this. This might work. It might not work. Ready? Scout game of the week. Over to you, Max.
Okay, so this is one of my favorites. 9 chairs in the middle of the room. Split your team either side of the hall.
Is it 9 chairs straight down the hall?
Nope. 9 chairs in a grid, a 3x3 grid.
Okay.
And you're playing tic-tac-toe. So one side neckers on, one side neckers off, number down. So 1 to 11, 1 to whatever. And then as leaders, you shout out number 1. And from both sides, they run and they sit on the chairs. You shout out another number, say number 4. They have to run. And the idea is like tic-tac-toe or Noughts and Crosses, to make a line of neckers or a line of non-neckers. And it's just one of those quick games you can pull out of the hat when you're stuck. Gives them good exercise running about. You can turn the chairs in different directions so they're not all facing one way. Makes it a little bit difficult. Everybody hand on the wall so they're not having to run out. But that's one we played on Thursday. Sort of very quick game.
What do you call that game?
Well, it's tic-tac-toe or it's Noughts and Crosses. And it's just an active one, gets everybody involved. And you just randomly shout out numbers down the hall. And they all have to run.
Love that. My game of the week is going to be elephant football.
Okay.
Everyone stands in a circle, facing inwards, and we're standing with our legs kind of in a triangle, and the feet have to touch each other, yeah, as we go around.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a football, and you have to roll it and try and score it in between the 2 feet of the scout. Just by rolling it. They can't go through the sides or whatever. And you can't get your neighbor on either side. It has to be an opposite person, because what normally happens is the scouts will gang up on one scout or something, and it can get a bit, sometimes a bit, not physical, but you know, boisterous or whatever. But the scouts love it. The Girl Scouts really love it because they get into it as well, and they're trying to get on the boys as well. So for me, elephant football is what we call it. That would be my game of the week. And yours, tic-tac-toe. Love it. Right. I've got another question for you, Max.
Okay.
And this one is this. I was meant to play that earlier on. That was the wrong video. Oh, it was all going well. It was all going well. Never mind. Right, let's dive back into some of the comments. Nick, I have a book full of different games, coins, and scouts, but lost. Oh, yeah. There's so many books with scout games out there. John, cat and mouse. Yeah, that was in that video. Cat and mouse. My scouts love cat and mouse. I had it called something alleyways, roads and alleyways, or something like that. I can't remember. But cat and mouse is how I've always played it. Anthony, ours love werewolf. Basically, traitors. The werewolves kill each round, and the villagers try and find the werewolves. Yep, that's a really good one to play at camp, though, isn't it? Rather than in a scout hall.
Yeah, yeah.
Wide game at camp was vertical capture the flag. Lash a ladder. Oh God. Lash a ladder. Put your flag balls high in the tree as you can. When the scouter says go, use the ladder to capture the other neckers. Trying to picture that one, Max?
Yeah, I'm just thinking risk assessment more than anything.
I'm hoping Ian is winding us up.
Have to do a video of that one, Ian.
Yeah, please. I'd love to see that one. Try doing tic-tac-toe in silence. Maybe not.
Yes.
I don't think my scouts could be in silent. Don't know. They can do it for about 3 seconds, and after that, I don't know. It's like boiling up, isn't it? Like they just can't do it.
Yeah,
they can't do it. I did remember the question, but it's going to really put you on the spot, and I feel really bad if I put you on the spot.
Okay.
Shall I do it? Shall I ask it?
Go on. I mean, you put me on the spot with the game, but go on.
All right. So someone at work made me this video, and when I watched it, I want to see if you can find out the problem. That padlock is like...
So how many gallons of water did we waste making that video?
Yeah, I know. I just asked, can you make a video of a scout leader closing a cupboard and putting a lock on it? And it came out with that. But no, that didn't go to plan. So my question to you, Max, is you can lock away one scout badge forever. A bit like Room 101. Lock it away in the dungeons. What scout badge would you lock away forever, never to be returned back again in your scout badge?
Oh, good grief.
That's why it's completely putting you on the spot. We didn't plan this bit.
That has put me on the spot.
For me, circus badge. I don't really see the circus badge. I know Baden Powell was real big into circus skills, and you know, he was a performer. And that's why we had one of the circus skills in the gang shows and stuff. But circus skills, what am I now? 17 years as a scout leader, maybe 18 years. I've never ever done a scout skills badge, circus skills badge.
I mean, it's a bit of a controversial thing, because to some people, they absolutely love that stuff and they can do it and they've got the skills to do it.
Yep.
And it's personal choice, I think, here, more than subjective stuff. I mean, a bit like Room 101, isn't it? Because they lock things away and do that. Oh gosh, it's hard, because what would you pick? I mean, we have some really fantastic badges across the piece, but I suppose for me,
I'm going to have to rush him. I'm going to have to get you an answer.
Water-based badges, because we just don't do them. But I know some scouts will.
And the answer is?
I would probably go one of the sort of rowing badges or something like that. The
Dragon boat? Dragon boating?
Only because we never have the facilities to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. That was you instigated that clapping, not me.
I found out that there's a sound effects few buttons on here. No, I think we're not Sea Scouts, so we wouldn't do all that. But yeah, the pulling badge, I don't understand. But for me, the circus skills would be my badge that I'm like, I would lock that away. Oh dear, a friend of mine isn't being a scout leader sometimes like leading the set. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying All right, Max, here we go. Here's a question for you. If you were in
Oh,
a circus, what performing act, this is so irrelevant, it just popped in my head. What act in a circus would you be?
are you going to say clown?
No, I'm asking you. Like, would you be in the cannon? Would you be fired out the cannon, tightrope, ringmaster? I can see you as the ringmaster.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Although, yeah, I'm not quite the Hugh Jackman style ringmaster.
Sing us a song, Max. Sing us a song.
No.
No, maybe not. Maybe not. There's a few. Exactly, Trotter. John will be in our group of clowns as well. He could drive the clown car. The hot dog seller. Max is the hot dog seller. It's more like herding cats. Yeah. Right. Unfortunately, we have just gone over past the hour, and we try and keep this till 8 o'clock just because of family life and whatever, and all the only 2 hours a week. Max, would you like to say anything? Pass any Max's words of wisdom?
I don't
No.
really. I'll just stay safe, do your risk assessments, and have fun.
What are you doing at Scouts this week? Oh, very good question. Rashma's in inner London. She's not far from me. Power Cotswold. Yeah, exactly. We're not Sea Scouts. Maybe. Do you think, Max? Maybe they should be different sections then. They should be an Air Scout badges, Sea Scout badges, Land Scout badges.
There are a set of badges for each of the.
No, but you only can get those badges if you're in Sea Scouts. I don't know.
It's an interesting one. I don't know, because some scout leaders may just have the ability to talk about the plane side of things and do that stuff.
Yeah,
so
can work at the airport,
water and do those kind of things. So,
yep.
But they're not necessarily Sea Scouts or Air Scouts. To me, it's inclusive because everybody should have access to all the badges. We shouldn't hold back on stuff. It's more what you can do and what you can deliver out of it.
Good point here from Nick. I think it depends on the group and where the group is located. Because I'm like 10 minutes away from Heathrow Airport. So we could theoretically go to Heathrow and do the airplane spotter badge and the air researcher badge there. We've got RF London, half an hour away from us. So you've got the air spotter and the air researcher badge you can do all there as well. So that's probably harder for you to do, Max, isn't it? And yeah, like Nick was saying, there's badges that are easy for you to do and not for some people to do. The hiking badge for me in London, it's difficult because we've got to really plan that. But if you've got the heels on the back of your scout group, you're laughing. Do you know what I mean? So
absolutely. My scout group do ban me from all water because I do have a tendency to fall in. I've gone through a pontoon at once and fallen through and fell off the back of one, and yes, I'm not allowed near water.
I wonder how many scouts get water badges. Well, you've got the Sea Scouts, Rashma, so I would say a lot of scouts get the water badges.
There's a question for our friends at Gilwell to sort of see.
I'll ask them. It's very easy to get that information. I will get that from.
Yeah.
All about scouts in 1 or 2 weeks, 1 or 2 hours a week left. Yeah, exactly. No troop night this week for us. We're going on camp over the long weekend to Bedfordshire, Milton Keynes. Oh, nice. Sounds fantastic. Just in case making defo hiking more difficult in London. Yeah. But I guess maybe that's a thing to think about, Matt. I might have to plan this a bit better than rather than just thinking. Because what badges are easy to do in a city? Thinking not just London, but Birmingham, Manchester, Cardiff, places that are in big cities, rather than having the hills and that kind of thing. What are the badges that are easy to do? But then if you're in the countryside, what badges are difficult for you guys to do as well? Because there must be badges that you can't do. For me, like I say, we got Heathrow Airport 10 minutes. They go over the house all the time. So doing the researcher badge, super easy. But if you're in the country and there's no planes, there's badges. That's a really good idea. Just popped into my head. I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, there you go. That's all. There you go. Good content.
There you go. Right, Max, thank you very much. One more question from Graham. You can work on some badges on the camp depending on what campsite you go to. That is true.
That's true.
Just spent the weekend in Surrey Hills for Silver DV. Would love to have countries on. Oh, Rashmi, you know what? I'm jealous, isn't it? It would be nice just to have the countryside just at the end of your scout hut. Would be awesome. This week, the Cubs are going to the local wood for den building. So for me, that would take a lot of planning to go and do that. We just don't have the access for that to go. We've got a park, yeah, but to go and do some den building or some proper bushcraft would be a lot of planning. So that's normally done at Scout Camp for me. I'd say we've got the Noughts big weekend coming up. I'd like to think of some activities to go towards the activities. Have a great week, everyone. Cool. Well, Max, that's me done. We are doing the athletics badge tomorrow because of the sunshine here in London is gorgeous. So we've just moved around our program. We're going to do that later on in the term, but we're going to do it tomorrow because it's beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Max, keep us updated with the jumbo cell. We need to know if you found any goods.
Yeah, I'll do some videos.
We need to find out if you've found any treasures, but we will find out hopefully next week.
Yeah.
We never know. Scout Leaders, thank you very much. If you have any questions during the week, drop me an email. It's mark@bigmanandwoods.co.uk. And if you can share a bit of love, head over to Max's YouTube channel, which is, I'm just going to put it up just here. It is Sparrowhawk Bushcraft over on YouTube. Max is going to start putting some extra bits up on there. It's all about tracking. So if you're interested in tracking, or if you just want to stay in touch with Max, Sparrowhawk Bushcraft is the place to be.
I mean, rap videos.
Put rap video up there.
Rap videos up there on the short.
Awesome. John, have a great week as well. And to everyone else, thank you very much for joining us on the live stream. And we will see you, hopefully, cross fingers, 7:30 next Sunday. Have a great week.